those customers today while I was in the middle of blowing off one of my properties. Some guy just drives right past me, stops, backs up. Hey, how much would you charge for a yard like that? I've said this once and I'll say it again. That is the #1 red flag to me, that is not the type of customer that I want to have anything to do with, because they're just looking for a quick fix, somebody that's going to be cheap and can just mow their lawn down real quick, and that's it. But you know, I want more than that from my customers. I want them to turn to clients. I want them to purchase additional services from me. I don't want to just get the lawns that just need to be cut every couple of weeks or whenever they feel like it or whatever, and pay me the bare minimum and that's it. You know, that doesn't give me job satisfaction, and that doesn't build profitability for my business either. So I'm not going to get any referrals from those type of customers, other than the same type of customers, which is defeating the purpose. So, you know, he was only a few houses down, so I was like, you know, every yard's a little different, so I have to go take a look at it. He's like, oh, it's right down here. So I went and I stopped. I put my blower away and I pulled up, and I didn't realize that he actually wanted me to do it like right then and there. Like, not only did he want a price, but he wanted me to mow his lawn immediately. Since I was already there, he said, you know, since you're already here, can you just mow this real quick? And I'm like, first of all, his yard is like, probably hasn't been cut in at least 2 weeks, if not more. But I told him how much I would charge, but it would have to be a regular thing, you know, and I don't have time right now to cut his yard right now, because I have a schedule to keep. You know, I have a lot of clients and they're all packed in. I need at least 24 hours notice, I told him, and you know, that was that. And you know, he went on to tell me that his normal guy, you know, his usual guy that cuts his lawn, you know, he's real busy too, and you know, he just wasn't able to get to it. And I said, well, when does he normally cut? And he said, with a smile on his face, whenever I call him. Right there, that's the end of the conversation for me. All right, sir, have a nice day. I don't have time. You know, for one, he's already got someone regularly cutting his lawn. Two, they don't even, I shouldn't even say regularly. He has someone to cut his lawn, but two, he just wants to call him whenever he feels like it to come. You know, he just wants to be in charge. He wants to be the boss. He wants to be cheap. He just calls him whenever he feels like it to come and cut his lawn, and clearly that's not very often, because his lawn was super thick. I briefly, you know, tried to educate him, because it was a lost cause, but I briefly tried to explain to him, you know, I'm the same exact way. I don't have any on-call customers on my schedule because I can't deal with that. I have too much work to do to be trying to squeeze in extra stuff here and there on an on-call basis. All of my clients are scheduled regularly, and the only thing that changes is if there's some sort of weather related issue or some other extenuating circumstances. Otherwise, everyone's on schedule. They all know when I'm coming. If they have any additional things they want to get done, you know, I either get it that week or the following week, if it's not something we already discussed as part of the regular routine, like trimming shrubs or whatever, you know. And that's it. Everyone knows the deal. I don't have time anymore, you know, to do all that. So I know a lot of solo guys, you know, I did that when I first started out. You just kind of do whatever. You know, you take on whatever you can take on, but then that kind of trains customers to think the wrong way, and they assume that everyone's like that, and it kind of enables their behavior and spoils them a little bit. And I think we need to do better, whether we're solo, whether we're brand new, whether we have crews, at educating these customers that, one, they need to become a client, meaning they need to be on a routine, on a schedule. You know, nothing's going to be last minute. Everything has to be planned out in advance. You know, they're not going to just they don't want you to just mow their lawn for the cheapest rate and then that's it, and they're not going to have any other services. You know, I mean, you want to hope that you can get at least one other service off of a mowing customer. I mean, yeah, you might start off mowing their lawn for a couple of weeks or a few months or maybe even the whole season, depending on the situation or when you started mowing their lawn. But ultimately, by the end of that season or the next season, they're going to ask you, or hopefully you can sell them on another service, like, hey, you know, I noticed your shrubs are really overgrown, would you like me to take care of those for you? You know, or it looks like you need some fresh mulch, or there's a lot of weeds in your mulch, you want me to pull those, or you want me to put fresh mulch down, you know, your yard looks like it needs to be fertilized, do you want me to do that, if that's something that you do? You know, whatever that your services are. Tree trimming, you know, you've got some trees that look dead in your backyard, you want me to give you a quote, I'm insured, I know how to take down trees, I can do that safely, get rid of it, grind the stumps down. If that's the stuff that you do or you're getting into, then you can upsell that. And you know, some of those things aren't reoccurring services, you know, like cutting down trees, but I mean, trees need to be pruned regularly, just like shrubs need to. Maybe not as often as shrubs, but you know, they still need to be done. Mulch is a regular thing. Pulling weeds is definitely a regular thing. Putting fertilizer and weed control down is a regular thing. So these are all regular services that you can add on. But it all starts usually from mowing, because that seems like the safety net for everyone. It's a lot easier to get your foot in the door, and you know, most customers are okay with just having anyone just randomly show up and mow their lawn with any kind of equipment. They figure how much damage can they really do, and they just go from there, you know, and then from there you build a rapport, you build trust, they see the quality work you have, and then you can grow from there. But if you don't have customers like that are even care or even willing to grow with you or have a rapport with you, don't even want to talk to you, they just want to treat you like you're the lawn slave or something, you know, the lawn help, you know, then that's just disrespectful, and they're not going to evolve into clients that are going to want more services from you, and they're also not going to be very respectful of you and pay you what you need to be paid and be profitable. So whether you have to drive out of your way to find these clients and build up in an area so that it's worth your time driving out to a particular town or neighborhood so that you can have those profitable clients that are going to respect you, appreciate your quality of work, and have you perform more services for them, then that's what I would do. I'm fortunate that I have a lot of those kind of neighborhoods around where I live already, so I don't have to go very far, but if I did, I would, because I don't want to deal with those kind of customers. So, you know, short story long, I just know as soon as a customer pulls up and says, how much you charge, I might as well just say, you can't afford me, you know, or something, or too much for you, or something, you know, I'm not interested, or whatever, I'm full, you know. But I usually humor them a little bit, just because I want to be professional and save face and all that kind of stuff. So I still humor them a little bit, and you know, but it never ends up with me mowing their lawn, because they're all the same. I've never been surprised by a single one of those kind of people. But that's just the way it is, you know. And some of those customers will never change, but I still try to educate them a little bit. Hopefully they'll learn their lessons, sometimes the hard way, and we can move forward.